welcome again to another big day of championship wrestling. I'm Dave Brown. Lance Russell's taking the day off. He'll be back with us next week. Boy, we got some action coming up today. In the opening match today, we will have Jesse Barr, a new face. We'll have more about him a little bit later. He'll be going against Keirn Holt. Then the Sheepherders are going to be in here for a tag team match. We'll also have the King, Jerry Lawler, teamed with the superstar, Bill Dundee. They will be wrestling as a tag team on Championship Wrestling today. Also, the Fabulous Ones will be here with us. We'll also have the Angel going against them with a partner in a tag team match. And then the expiration of time match of the day, 8-man tag team action. On one side of the ring, we'll have First Family members, the New York Dolls, Sweet Brown Sugar, and Beautiful Bobby Eaton. They'll have Jimmy Hart with them. On the other side of the ring, listen to this team, Terry Taylor, Jacques Rougeau, Buddy Landel, and Bobby Fulton. That's the expiration of time 8-man match, which will be coming up a little bit later on today. All of that action coming up right here. Before we go on, though, before we get action underway, I want to take just a moment and see if we can get the King out here and talk to Jerry Lawler just a moment. Here he comes. Jerry,
It don't take much urging to get me out of here, does it?
I wanted to clear up something, because I've been talking to some wrestling fans around the area here the last few days, and they say that they have seen you on another wrestling broadcast or program, and it looked a lot like the old Jerry Lawler. Maybe the rules weren't being followed too much and things like that.
Well, now, I told everybody just a few weeks ago that the old Jerry Lawler was coming back. Didn't I say that?
You did say that.
Okay. Well, now, what happened? Let me explain this, because I don't want anybody to get the wrong idea. I want to tell all of these people, especially the people right here in our town, exactly what took place. You know, it's no secret. It's a cable. You know, they have the wrestling down in Atlanta. A lot of people watch it. And they have a lot of top wrestlers come in and out of down there. They contacted me about a year ago and asked if I would be interested in coming down and wrestling. At that time, I wasn't able to make it down there, but I did tune in the show a few times, and I saw this jerk on there named Roddy Piper. Now, he was running his mouth. I mean, this guy would come out and take over the whole show, and they got an announcer down there that's so full of ignorance it comes out of his mouth named Gordon Soley. Now, you guys, if you guys ever want to, you know, if something ever happens here, they need you down there bad. But anyway, what happened was, they had this Roddy Piper shooting his mouth off down there and making everybody mad, and you know, he was the #1 guy on the hate list. So anyway, I said, I'm not able to come down now. So then a few weeks ago, I contacted them and said, you know, if you still want me to come down, I'll come down. They said, okay, who would you like to wrestle? And I said, you're going to let me pick who I want to wrestle? And they said, sure. So I said, well, the guy that I remember running his mouth down there was Roddy Piper. I said, put me against him. I thought that he was supposed to be the big wheel in the area. You know, if you're going to go in somewhere, you start at the top. You knock off the top man, that makes you the top dog, right? Sure. That's what I told them. So I get down there. They say, here's Jerry the King Lawler from Memphis, Tennessee. He's coming to wrestle Roddy Piper, and everybody boos me immediately. Now, I don't really understand it, but what I find out took place was there's been a little switch in Roddy Piper's personality. Now everybody in Atlanta likes Roddy Piper. Well, it didn't change the way I felt about him. I still don't like Roddy Piper. They don't like me because I'm from Memphis and wrestling one of their fair-haired boys. Well, I don't really care, and I told them that, and I went in and I beat a couple of jabronis who looked like they were off the street down there and kicked their brains out, and the people didn't like me. Now, I've always said, you know, I've never changed the way I wrestle. I've gone out here in Memphis, and I've hit a guy in the head with a chain, and I've had him, at one time, boo me out of the arena, and now just a few weeks ago, I hit a guy with a chain. They want to carry me out on their shoulders. You know, it's the fans that make you a good guy or a bad guy. It's whoever they want to like. And apparently in Atlanta, they don't like me. I'm just tickled to death that they still like me up here. And I'm going to tell the people around this area that down in Atlanta, before I'm through, they're going to know why they call me the king around here, Dave. That's all it is to it.
Okay, well, thanks, Jerry, for clearing it up for us. Tell you what, we're going to be back in just a moment. We got lots of action in that ring. We'll be to it in just a moment. Wrestling action coming up here in just a moment. Right now, being joined by Jim Cornette, and Jim has with him Jesse Barr, a new wrestler in the area.
Dave, I wish Lance was here today because he's such a big fan of amateur wrestling. I'd like to introduce this man to him, but maybe you can later on. This man, for your people's information, is Jesse Barr. He's one of the greatest young professional athletes in the world. For your information, if you people sometime would sit down and shut up and listen to what I have to say, this man was on the 1980 Olympic team, the wrestling team. Because of the little political trouble we had, he didn't get to go to Moscow. But he was still probably the best prospect that they had on that team, and he turned professional a couple of years ago after the Olympic Games had been canceled for the United States, and luckily for me, he decided he wanted to come into this area. He contacted me, and I said, Jesse, I would be happy to have you because there's a little thing that I want to do, Dave. I need the Mid-America Heavyweight Championship. There are several reasons, but the biggest one is that my mother promised me that if I have someone capture the Mid-America title, then she will give me enough money to get Nick Bockwinkel back into this area. And that takes quite a bit of money, but she has quite a bit of money, and she's going to do that for me if I capture the Mid-America title, which I will through Jesse Barr upcoming this week. I promise you that, Dave.
Well, you've got the match, all right, against the current holder, Dutch Mantell, and Jesse Barr is going to get that shot at the Mid-America title.
No, Jesse Barr is not going to get the shot at the title. Jesse Barr is going to get the title. I'm going to have the Mid-America title. Nick Bockwinkel will be coming back into this area, and a lot of good things will be happening, ladies and gentlemen. I promise you that. And you're going to see what this man is made of right here. This is Moscow all over again. Come on, Jesse.
All right. Well, Jesse Barr and Jim Cornette. Jim signed into a contract. Going after the Mid-America title. That title is not at stake here today. But Jesse Barr is in this match, and this is going to be a one-fall, 15-minute time limit match. Introducing on the right of your screen, at 240 pounds from Mississippi, Aaron Holt, and going against him from Portland, Oregon, 245 pounds, Jesse Barr. This will be a one-fall, 15-minute time limit match. Referee is Jerry Calhoun and Jim Cornette. Jim Cornette, the manager of Jesse Barr, in the corner. All right, Jim, we'll take care of it. Thank you. Jesse Barr, as Cornette mentioned, does have quite an amateur wrestling background. Aaron Holt. And body scissors put on by Jesse Barr. Barr's rubbing his face into the mat. Barr with the cover. Can't hold the shoulders down, though. Aaron Holt, big guy. He weighs in at about 240. Maybe a little bit more. That's what he's listed. Just looking at him, though, he looks a little heavier than Barr, who's listed at 245. Jesse Barr. Holt up in the air, slams him, drops down with the upper arm, and no, he does not go for the cover. Picks him up by the hair. Jesse Barr with a backbreaker, drops Aaron Holt across the knee, picks him up with the hair again. Suplex. And again, Barr does not go for the cover. Backs Holt into the ropes, fires him across the ring. Count of 1, 2, and 3. Well, I must say, most impressive win for Jesse Barr as he defeats Aaron Holt easily. It was all Jesse Barr all the way, no doubt about it. A minute 37.
Any more proof? I don't think anybody else needs any more proof.
I must say, he handled himself well in that match, that particular one, Jim Cornette. Jesse Barr, the winner of it. The time, again, a minute 37 seconds, and we'll be back with more at Championship Wrestling in a moment. Wrestling fans, coming up Tuesday night in Louisville, Supercard topped by these two matches. The Sheepherders will be going against the superstar Bill Dundee and Dirty Dutch Mantell, and there's going to be a 9-man elimination handicap tag match. Jimmy Hart, Bobby Eaton, Sweet Brown Sugar, the New York Dolls on one side of the ring. On the other, Jerry Lawler, Bill Dundee, Steve Keirn, and Stan Lane. Super action coming up in Louisville Tuesday night.
Dundee and Mantell. So now we know what it's like. Now the truth about professional wrestling finally comes out, doesn't it? See how much better you can be if you put up a good fight? Wrestling. This is not a sport, it's a business. There is only businessmen that make it to the top, and they're the men that get rid of all the opposition on the way up. And Mantell and Dundee, you don't even make a bloody good team. New Zealand Sheepherders, you just consider yourself that we're cancer, and you've been infected, and you want to have the referee to help you this time.
Sheepherders against Dundee and Mantell Tuesday night. Jimmy Hart, your first family involved in a
elimination, baby, elimination match. You know what they're doing? 5 against 4, but they're saying, Jimmy Hart, you're not a man. Jimmy Hart, you're only half a man. Well, let me tell you what, brother. I promise you this right now. You're going to see a different Jimmy Hart. You're going to see a new and improved Jimmy Hart. You're going to see a united family for the first time in professional wrestling. I'm going to get even with you, Lawler and Dundee, for everything you've done to me. Sugar's going to get you, Billy, for the shoulder injury you suffered, baby. I can't wait. I can't wait because, like I said before, baby, 5 against 4. My dream match. The greatest night in the history of Louisville. I can't wait to get there. I can't wait to get there, baby. Right a dreamboat. Are we ready, baby?
Tuesday night coming up in Louisville. Remember, 9-man elimination tag match. It's a handicap match. First family on one side, Lawler, Dundee, Keirn, and Lane on the other. And it all happens this Tuesday night in Louisville. We'll see you there. We have more championship wrestling action right here, right now. Got a tag team match coming up here. Boy, this one features the team from New Zealand now coming in with flag in hand. They step into the ring. One fall, 15-minute time limit match. On the right of your screen, introducing, first of all, from Memphis, Tennessee, Don Donovan, and his partner also from Memphis, Pat Hutchinson. Their total weight, 420 pounds. Going against them at a total weight of 474 pounds, from New Zealand, the Sheepherders. This match will be one fall, 15-minute time limit, and the referee is Jerry Calhoun. Sheepherders with the flag of New Zealand. Now they're going through their salute to the flag and all of that. Jonathan Boyd tosses his hat out of the ring. We're waiting for a signal from referee Jerry Calhoun to ring the bell and get it going. We're underway. Sheepherders, a rugged bunch. Jonathan Boyd in there right now. His partner Luke out in the corner. Boyd working on Pat Hutchinson. Hutchinson and Don Donovan, his partner. Boy, they've got their work cut out for them today. A couple of young wrestlers. Our first look at Donovan on championship wrestling. Sheepherders take a tag. Jonathan Boyd leaves. Luke is in there now. Luke with that wild look in his eye every time you see him. And back to the rope. Oh, drops down across the abdomen. And again. Count is 1. Count of 2, and Pat Hutchinson able to break out of it at the 2 count. Very close to a pin for Luke of the Sheepherders. He makes the tag. Jonathan Boyd comes in. Using the head in the midsection. Referee counting, trying to get Luke back out in the corner. He does. Jonathan Boyd fired Hutchinson into the ropes and used the upper arm as he was flying off of there.
Get the other guy! Take the other guy!
Using the choke. Hutchinson back to the corner. He's able to make the tag, though, on his partner. And here our first look at Donovan. Donovan nailed by Jonathan Boyd. Boyd using that big right arm. Fires him into the knee of Luke over in the corner. Boyd makes the tag. They double up on him on the exchange, and the referee again trying to get Boyd out. Luke picks him up in the air. The Sheepherder off the ropes, drops down. Back to the rope. He drops again. Sheepherder rams Don Donovan's head into the top turnbuckle. Makes the tag on Jonathan Boyd. Oh. Jonathan Boyd picks Donovan up. Boyd makes the tag. Stands on... now he picks Luke up. They drop down with that knee. Luke with a cover. 1, 2, and 3. Jonathan Boyd and Luke of the Sheepherders. After the victory here over Don Donovan and Pat Hutchinson, and it was all Sheepherders, pretty much as expected, actually. This rugged New Zealand team came in here and has been making noise ever since. And they really had no trouble. Hey, the match is over. Referee trying now to get the Sheepherders back out of the ring. And finally, they climb out of the ring.
You have to get better yanks than that if you want us to wrestle them.
I hear you.
We'll get demolished.
Referee and Pat Hutchinson looking over Don Donovan there, helping him out of the ring. The victory again for the Sheepherders. 2 minutes, 48 seconds the time on it. 2:48. Sheepherders get the win. I want to take just a moment here to show you some videotape that we've received. Nick Bockwinkel, of course, has been in the area for a couple of weeks here. At one point, for one of his appearances, he was guaranteed more money than had ever been guaranteed before. And there are some comments, Bockwinkel and also Jimmy Hart involved. I'd like for us to take a look at that right now.
Well, the baseball season's over, but I guess it still applies. A famous baseball line of "There's no joy in Mudville, there's no joy in Memphis," at least in a lot of quarters, because Nick Bockwinkel still owns the Southern Heavyweight Championship. Jimmy Hart, he had a lot to do with it.
Well, you know, I think the famous line is, "Do unto others, Jerry, as you have them do unto you," man. You know, this is probably the greatest moment of my life right now, because you see, Jerry Lawler, a couple of months back when you were facing Kamala and James J. Dillon with your hair on the line and the belt on the line and the winner to get a world shot against Ric Flair, who came to your rescue? Jimmy Hart. Who won that belt for you, baby, and saved your hair? Jimmy Hart did. And what did he do? He got on TV and he laughed and he made fun of me and he said, "Hey, Jimmy, I used you, baby. I used you." Well, nobody uses me. But you know what I did, Jerry Lawler? I used this man right here to take away from you the Southern belt and also the shot at Ric Flair for the world belt.
Well, Nick Bockwinkel has done it. Jimmy Hart's happy. He's the man that has the Southern belt, and of course that means it's a Ric Flair date.
Now, I don't want to get into any personal arguments, and if Mr. Lawler has made enemies in this part of the country with a number of people by the way he's conducted himself business-wise, and as it turns out, what goes around comes around, and now, after 3 times out to the post, you have failed, Mr. Lawler. You have taken and made the effort 3 times, and in 3 efforts, you have not regained the Southern Heavyweight Championship. Now, I stand before you as the AWA World's Heavyweight Champion. I stand before you as the Southern Heavyweight Champion, and consequently, what this has brought about, and for all you little cretins humanoids out there, you people here in the greater part of the Memphis area will not see Mr. Flair put up the NWA title against yours truly, the Southern Heavyweight Champion and the AWA Heavyweight Champion. He will have to defend the NWA crown, which I have for years been chasing these people to try to put it up against me, to try to see who is the true and the one and the only real champion. This battle, this fight, this match, this contest will take place, but not here. It's going to take place, as far as I'm concerned, on the West Coast, in either San Francisco or Los Angeles.
You mean
my
that
hometown.
Memphis, after all of the support and the expectations of seeing the Southern Heavyweight Champion go against Ric Flair, will not have the opportunity to see that match here?
I hate to say that your people have been deluded into believing that anything that Mr. Lawler said and did, and no matter what part of the country he's gone and signed contracts, I hate to say that he's let you down, but it's just about what it amounts to. He could have gotten a match against Mr. Flair here, but it takes a man of my magnitude to carry 3 championships, 3 titles, 3 belts. I'll have to get extra luggage just to haul these around. So that, yes, the poor cretinous humanoids here, no. I acquiesce not to them, but only to myself. And it is going to be Southern California or San Francisco that bout takes place. So, Mr. Lawler, I guess I can only say goodbye, and I don't know, maybe after I win Mr. Flair's belt, we may take and either retire this, or I may give it back to the championship committee, and they may even have to have a tournament, because it'll be so impossible for me to get into this part of the country to defend that belt, let alone the world's heavyweight title.
Nick Bockwinkel, the world AWA world champion and also the AWA Southern Heavyweight champion, taking his belts and heading back to Beverly Hills, California, where he will defend in that area against Ric Flair for the world's title, and we will not have an opportunity to see it here. It's his. I guess he can do what he wants to.
You're right. That's exactly it.
Okay, thanks, Lance. Well, we're going to be back. More championship wrestling coming up. Stay with us. Tag team action coming up. One fall, 15-minute time limit match at a total of 451 pounds. Introducing from parts unknown, the Masked Marauders. And going against them at a total weight of 446 pounds from Australia, the superstar Bill Dundee. His partner from Memphis, Tennessee, Jerry the King Lawler. This match is going to be one fall. 15-minute time limit. Referee is Jerry Calhoun. And let's see, who's it going to be starting? Looks like it's going to be Lawler starting for his team. And for the Masked Marauders, the one with the black mask. One with a black mask, one with a red mask. Looks like this perhaps is the smaller of the two Marauders. Either one of them are huge wrestlers. Lawler by himself will outweigh either of the Marauders. Oh, Marauder shoves the King back into the ropes, and Lawler says, hey, not sure you really wanted to do that. Center of the ring, and he shoves the Marauder down to the mat. Kind of a rude awakening, perhaps, for the Masked Marauder. I think the Marauder complained he had his mask pulled. Lawler told the referee, didn't pull his mask. He was backed up by the crowd. Into the corner, the Marauder had Lawler backed into the turnbuckles. Lawler called for a break. Marauder backs away. We're about a minute into the action here. Jerry Lawler teamed with Bill Dundee today. Lawler fires a Marauder across the ring into the turnbuckles. The referee had called for a clean break, and Lawler said, yeah, I broke it clean. He did. He fired him across the ring, but he turned loose of it. Headlock by the Marauder. Jerry Lawler on the mat. Masked Marauder hanging on to a headlock. Lawler backed up on his feet. 2 minutes gone.
Hey, get back over there where you belong.
2 minutes into the action. Lawler with a knee drop. Well, a half knee drop, but it did the damage. Let me tell you, the Marauder over to the corner makes the tag on his partner. Bill Dundee cheerleading for the team of Lawler and Dundee over in the corner. Tag made by Lawler, and here comes a superstar. Referee. Referee tried to prevent that from happening, but he was distracted. Dundee with a cover. Only got a 1 count. The Marauder able to move around enough to get the shoulders up off the mat. Center of the ring. Leg guard by Dundee. Gets him around. Got a Boston Crab on him. Oh, you don't see too much anymore. Dundee's got a pretty good one on him. However, very near the corner, and the other Marauder grabbed Dundee by the hair and broke it up. Count of 1 on the Marauder. Where he's able to get a shoulder off the mat. Dundee, boy, he bounced back to his feet, dancing around. He's ready. Lawler over in the corner smiling. Dundee round behind, hooked the leg. Dundee with a cover. Count of 2. 2 count. Right shoulder up off the mat at the 2 count. Well, he takes him over to the corner and makes the tag on the King. Lawler back in. Lawler dropping with the right hand. As we pass the 4-minute mark. 4 minutes gone. 15 minutes, the time limit on this one. Jerry Lawler and superstar Bill Dundee against the masked Marauders. Now the Marauders make a tag, and this is the one that started the match against Lawler. He steps back through the ropes. Lawler says, come on, I'm ready. Marauder backs Lawler into the turnbuckles, fires him across the ring. Then came in there a little too fast. Lawler, with the experience, just lifted the foot. The King, with a standing suplex as he drops him right down on the mat, follows with the right hand. He's warned about the fist by the referee. He smiles at it, picks up the Marauder. Now he's got him up in the air again. Body slam. Lawler goes to work on the mask. The other Marauder jumps in there to prevent Lawler pulling the mask off of him. So now Lawler goes after his mask. He dives out of the ring. Both the Marauders protecting the mask are down here on the floor. In the ring, it's the King and the superstar waiting for him. Now here comes the masked Marauder in there again. He's the one that's supposed to be in there. The shorter of the two. 5.5 minutes gone. 5.5 minutes gone in this match.
Now keep it down back there.
Marauder, Lawler, stalking each other, center of the ring. Lawler using the right hand. Makes the tag. Dundee climbs the rope. Slips him down. 1, 2, and 3. Jerry Lawler, Bill Dundee. Together as a tag team here today on Championship Wrestling, and boy, they look good, too. Going against the team of the masked Marauders, their first appearance on Championship Wrestling, and it was a losing effort for them as they lose the match. Winners, Lawler and Dundee, and the time on it, 6 minutes, 11 seconds. 6:11 the time. There is much more action to come on Championship Wrestling. We hope you'll stay with us for it. Another super championship wrestling card comes to Louisville on Tuesday night. Opening match of the night, Stan Lane will be going against Sweet Brown Sugar in a single match. Another single match will have the King, Jerry Lawler, going against beautiful Bobby Eaton. It'll be Steve Keirn taking on the Dream Machine, and still another single match. Then comes the first tag team match of the night. In this one, the Sheepherders out of New Zealand. They're big, they're mean, they're rugged, and they talk a good game. They say they can back it up in the ring. We've seen them back it up several times. Well, they'll be trying it again against Bill Dundee and Dutch Mantell. Tag team match in the ring in Louisville. And then, that's not all. Main event of the night, a 9-man handicap elimination tag team match. Now, on one side of the ring, you'll have Jimmy Hart, Bobby Eaton, Sweet Brown Sugar, and the New York Dolls, the first family. On the other side, Jerry Lawler, Bill Dundee, Steve Keirn, and Stan Lane. It makes for an exciting main event, and it comes up Tuesday night in Louisville. We'll see you there. Ring awaits for the arrival of first the Angel and Jesse Owens, his partner. But I think who everyone's really waiting for to arrive. Here they come. fabulous one. Stan Lane, Steve Keirn. And this week, we showed you they have something brand new in the AWA Southern Tag Team Championship belt around the waist of the fabulous one. All right, everybody up in the ring. It's going to take just a moment for the fabulous one to get ready. And we will be underway with tag team action. The big French Angel over here, wandering around, looking around at the lights. His partner, Jesse Owens. Owens with the least experience of any of the wrestlers standing in the ring right now. And, of course, I don't think I have to tell you a whole lot about that team you're looking at right there. On the left of your screen, Steve Keirn, and right there on the right, Stan Lane. Fine wrestlers, and since they have teamed up and are the fabulous ones with the consultant, Jackie Fargo, boy, they have developed into a major force in the championship wrestling world. All right. Top hats remaining to go by the fabulous ones. And there they go. We await a signal from referee Jerry Calhoun that we're ready to get it underway. Let's see who's going to start. Looks like perhaps, all right, bell sound. Looks like, yeah, Stan Lane starting for the fabulous ones against the big Angel. Angel, tough veteran. He'll weigh in at 250, 252.
I'll get him.
Yeah. He got him all right with a forearm across the chest, but now he fires Stan Lane. Stan reverses, rolls him down to the mat. And Steve Keirn jumps in. A little bit of the strut from the fabulous one. This is a one-fall, 15-minute time limit match. The Angel, foot to the midsection. Backs Lane to the ropes, fires him. Stan steps over, drop kicks the Angel. Knocked him to the mat. Angel bounces back to his feet. Stan is right there to roll it down, bar the left arm. Angel on his feet again. Fabulous ones make a tag. Here's Steve Keirn. Keirn, double twist on the left arm. The Angel responds with a little hair pulling. Referee broke that up, so Keirn wraps that arm up one more time, drops him to the mat. Hair pulling again by the Angel. Referee saw it. He was going to make him give up the hold, but he didn't even have the hold. Steve Keirn had it. Angel over to the corner, and the tag on Jesse Owens. Minute and a half gone in this match. Steve Keirn. Bouncing, dancing. Taking Jesse Owens down to the mat. And on his feet. Jesse Owens hanging back close to the corner. Now moving out toward the center of the ring, but not taking the straight line out there. Steve Keirn drops him down to the mat. Keirn move. Owens trying to roll under a rope. He does it. Down on the floor. Puzzle look on his face. And the Angel going to go around now for a little conference. Keirn waiting in the ring. Stan Lane back in the corner of the fabulous one. Owens dived into Steve Keirn. Keirn grabbed him, took him over to the corner. The fabulous ones making the change. Stan Lane with that foot up behind the head of Jesse Owens. Boy, you get that thing off the mat. Now Stanley around behind Jesse Owens. Three minutes gone in this one-fall, 15-minute time limit match. Stan Lane, side suplex. And a cover. Got a 1 count is all he could get. He was over near the ropes, and Owens able to get the shoulders up, too. Stan really did not have his own body weight over Owens. Oh, you want to talk about teamwork. There it is. 2, 3. And a fabulous one. Favorites coming in here, no doubt about it. The French Angel steamed, complaining that he needed a different partner. Well, Jesse Owens was pinned there by the team of the Fabulous Ones. Time on it again, 3 minutes, 31 seconds. We have an 8-man tag team match still to go. That is coming up on Championship Wrestling. All right, we have wrestlers arriving at ringside here for a big 8-man tag team match. The referee's on hand, thank goodness, because going to be 9 men in that ring, counting the referee altogether. And we are waiting now for the arrival of the first family members. Here they come. Bobby Eaton, Brown Sugar, Jimmy Hart. Jimmy.
Move back the tables. Clear the room, baby. Pandemonium.
Well, this is an 8-man match. I don't know, only 2 of the first family members. Oh, here they come. All right. New York Dolls arriving on the scene. They have their World Tag Team Championship belts on. Those belts will not be at stake here today. I see the belt. We have just told the fans that you have the belts, Rick McGraw. All right. To the expiration of time, an 8-man tag team match at a total weight of 897 pounds on one side of the ring. I beg your pardon, at a total of 702 pounds on one side of the ring. Sweet Brown Sugar, beautiful Bobby Eaton, the New York Dolls, Rick McGraw, and the Dream Machine with their manager, Jimmy Hart. Now, on the other side of the ring, the total is 897 pounds. From Vero Beach, Florida, Terry Taylor. From Montreal, Canada, Jacques Rougeau. From Florida, Buddy Landel. And from Columbus, Ohio, Bobby Fulton. 8-man tag team match. Referee is Jerry Calhoun, and we are just about set to go. The referee has got to see who is going to be starting for both the teams. And it looks like it's going to be Buddy Landel for his team. And Rick McGraw for his, is that right? No, it's going to be Sweet Brown Sugar. Brown Sugar against Buddy Landel. 8-man tag action. Only 1 man in the ring for each team at a time. That's the way the rules are written. But if past experience is any indication, don't go away from your television set. Because we usually wind up with more than that in there.
United, stronger than ever, Brown. Look at them, baby. The Dolls, Sugar and Eaton. Woo!
Sugar with Landel back on the ropes. And he took a shot at him, and Landel answered him. Rick McGraw was complaining to the referee that Brown Sugar was hit with a forearm. I got news from McGraw, but a forearm's legal.
Maybe we ought to give you the award of the year, the Ray Charles Award.
Landel with Sugar high in the air. He just drops him down in a half slam. He had him straight up in the air. There's the tag made, and here comes Terry Taylor.
What we have on our side is youth. Youth, baby. Look at Sugar. Look at him. 22 years old, man. 22. Bobby Eaton, 23. Dream Machine, 22. And Rick. Look at Ricky right there. He was 24 years old, man.
You want to talk youth, look across the ring. You don't have anybody on the other team over there that's over 22 or 23 years old.
Team. You can stop it right there.
Well, I didn't stop it there.
You said a mouthful in, baby.
Terry Taylor fires Dream Machine into the rope. And drops him over the back. Dream Machine immediately to the corner. Makes the tag on Bobby Eaton. It's going to be Bobby Eaton against Terry Taylor.
Now look at Calhoun. I want everybody tell you to watch Calhoun if you'll watch him, and you'll know exactly what I've been talking about out there for 3 years, man.
Calhoun was trying to get Brown Sugar back in the corner where he belongs instead of down there taunting the fans.
Trying to defeat the family in any way possible.
Terry Taylor makes the tag. He's working over Eaton. Rougeau with a drop kick. Eaton, knee lift.
Rougeau's got epilepsy or something, man. He's fighting his tongue, slobbering all over the place. Look at it.
Rougeau off the rope.
Beautiful,
Eaton
beautiful, Bobby.
dropped him across the back.
Beautiful.
Rougeau being choked, too, by Eaton. Rougeau set. Drop kicks, and Eaton hits the mat. Rougeau to the rope.
Bobby! Bobby!
Eaton slides out of the ring. Jacques Rougeau, couple of fine drop kicks. He nailed Eaton with one of them, knocked him to the mat, then went for the rope. Eaton dived out of the ring. Boy, the first family's upset. Rick McGraw in there now, one of the New York Dolls.
The man was standing on the top rope, and Calhoun goes.
He was on the middle rope. He was not on the top rope, as we could all see. Buddy Landel back in there now.
Come on, Rick, come on.
Landel fired into the ropes by McGraw. Landel with the shoulder took him down. McGraw sets himself. Landel, great reaction by Landel. McGraw goes for a drop kick, and he missed by at least 1.5 miles.
They need to fix this ring. Somebody is going to get hurt with these boards in the middle of the ring like that, man. Come on, Rick, come on, baby.
Buddy Landel over to the corner, makes the tag on Bobby Fulton out of Columbus, Ohio. McGraw on his knees, heads for the corner. Did he get the tag? Yes, he did on Brown Sugar. Brown Sugar has to come in there to face Bobby Fulton. A couple of wrestlers about the same size. Brown Sugar with the experience advantage over Fulton.
Watch the hair! Watch him!
Fulton fired into the rope. Use of the shoulder works for him. He nails Sugar again, drops him to the mat. We've got about 5 minutes left in the time limit, and there's what I was talking about earlier. Everybody in the ring except the Green Machine. Terry Taylor walked over and unloaded on him just for good measure. Now the Green throws a chair in. Sugar grabs it. Referee throws the chair back outside, and we've got it back to 1 against 1. Brown Sugar against Bobby Fulton. Sugar makes the tag. Bobby Eaton, and now Green Machine jumps in there. Green Machine fires Bobby Fulton into the ropes, clotheslines him coming off. Green going to sit down with the elbow, but Fulton had moved. He was headed for the corner. Green Machine quickly to his feet prevented the tag. Bobby Fulton has to stay in there. It's Bobby Eaton. Fulton nailed him in the midsection. Brown Sugar in after the tag. Eaton drops down with the arm. Eaton and Sugar both working on Bobby Fulton. Referee shoves Eaton back towards the corner. The knee of Rick McGraw hanging over the rope, and Eaton used it. Eaton slams Bobby Fulton to the mat. Here comes Buddy Landel, Jacques Rougeau. Now Rick McGraw being sent out. Got a 1, 2, 3.
United, the family united, bigger and better than ever, baby.
Well, the family gets the win here in the first fall. Remember, it's an expiration of time match. We are going to check our time and see how much we've got left. We'll be back with you in a moment.
Do
Tuesday night in Louisville, big championship wrestling card. Top two matches, Bill Dundee and Dutch Mantell will be going against the Sheepherders in a tag team match. Then comes a 9-man elimination handicap tag team match. On one side of the ring, First Family, Jimmy Hart, Bobby Eaton, Sweet Brown Sugar, and the New York Dolls. On the other side, Jerry the King Lawler, Bill Dundee, Steve Keirn, and Stan Lane. Dutch, you got a rugged match against these Sheepherders.
Okay, these Sheepherders come in here and they talk about the Yanks, they talk about how bad the country is, and they talk about how great New Zealand is. Now, well, there's a little score to be settled here, and I think me and Bill Dundee, we know exactly how to settle it. Now, we had one hell of a fight last week, and I don't see anything's going to be any different this week. So, Sheepherders, you get in the ring, and we're going to settle this score, and you tell me eyeball to eyeball, face to face, that you don't like this country and you don't like me, and then we'll talk about it in Louisville.
All right, Bill, rugged match.
That's right, but I'm looking forward to the last one. Jimmy Hart, I've made this man right here to promise. If it gets down to me and you, brother, I'm going to tag him back in, and he's going to give you the whipping of your life, brother, because if anybody walks around the face of this earth hates you more than me, it's Jerry Lawler.
An elimination handicap match.
Well, that's the kind of match that I'm looking forward to, Dave, because you see what it means is when a man gets pinned, he's got to go on back to the dressing room. So what it could boil down to is, Hart, and what it may very well boil down to, because I don't think there's a man on your team that can beat any one of us. You're talking about Bill Dundee, myself, and the Fabulous Ones. I can't think of a better team. And I don't think they can beat any one of us. So what it's going to boil down to, Hart, is us four against you standing out there by your little lonesome. Can you imagine how the fans in Louisville and how I and the rest of the group will love that? Hart, we're going to put something on you, brother, that you have never had seen the likes of in all of your days in the wrestling, brother. Because when it gets down to 4 against 1, we're going to play and toy with you for just a little while, and then we're going to hurt you, and then we're going to finish you off, punk.
Don't miss it, Louisville wrestling fans. Remember, Bill Dundee, Dutch Mantell against the Sheepherders. Then it will be Lawler, Dundee, Steve Keirn, and Stan Lane going against the First Family, Hart, Bobby Eaton, Sweet Brown Sugar, and the New York Dolls. It all happens Tuesday night here in Louisville. Oh, I tell you, one of those days. I mentioned earlier in the 8-man tag team match that when you have an 8-man match, just expect more than 2 people to be in that ring many times. We saw it there today. The way it ended up, a little confusion there at the end, but in case you did miss it, it was Sweet Brown Sugar getting the pin over Bobby Fulton after Fulton had really been worked over by all of the First Family members. Fulton helped out of the ring by his partners, and we do not have time, by the way, to get a second fall underway. We could get them started, but about the time we got them in the ring, got it sorted out who was supposed to start the second fall, it'd be time to ring the bell. So we're not going to start the second fall. As a result, the win in the fall and the match will go to the First Family, the team of Brown Sugar, Bobby Eaton, and the New York Dolls, Rick McGraw, and the Dream Machine. Here's the way the rest of the action was today. In our opening match, we had Jesse Barr going against Aaron Holt. Aaron Holt has appeared on Championship Wrestling before. He does not have perhaps as much experience as many of the other wrestlers we see. He was going against a young guy who actually made the Olympic team for the United States for the 1980 Olympics. But as Jimmy Cornette talked about out here a little bit earlier, he of course, did not get to participate in the Olympics due to the political boycott and what have you. So Jesse Barr, with quite a fine background in amateur wrestling, turned professional a couple of years ago. He has now signed with Jim Cornette, and Cornette says that he and Jesse Barr are out to get the Mid-America title, and that they are going to take the Mid-America title. Cornette also mentioned that his mom had promised him that if he got the Mid-America title, that she would provide enough money for him to guarantee Nick Bockwinkel an attractive enough package that he would be back in the area. I assume, although Cornette didn't mention it, that then he would be going after the Southern heavyweight belt. But anyway, Jesse Barr, winner over Aaron Holt in 1:37 seconds in our opening match today. Sheepherders, Jonathan Boyd and his partner Luke, the one with the wild eyes, they won 2:48 seconds. They were going against a team that does not have lots of size nor experience. Don Donovan, Pat Hutchinson, the Sheepherders having very little trouble in winning that match. Jerry Lawler and Bill Dundee, boy, what a treat it is to see those two guys as a tag team anytime. And they were here today on Championship Wrestling. They were going against the Masked Marauders team, and Lawler and Dundee. Well, the Marauders gave them quite a battle. Lawler and Dundee never really in any kind of trouble at all as they defeated the Marauders in 6:11 seconds. Then it was the Fabulous Ones going against the Angel, and Jesse Owens, the Fabulous Ones, winning it Sugar Eaton and the New York Dolls defeating Taylor, Rougeau, Landel, and Fulton. And just talking about the team, here they are.
Did you tell them how great we were today?
I did indeed. It was great to see you guys in that ring again as a tag team.
Well, we're looking forward, Dave, to a tag team that we got coming up right here with Hart and his whole dadgum family. And we just want to assure the people, they've heard all this garbage from Hart and how tough and how united his family is. Well, they're looking at a tag team with Bill, myself, and the Fabulous Ones that I don't think can be beat. Just as simple as that. I don't think there's any 4, 5, or 10 wrestlers in the country today that could beat this tag team. Is that right, Bill?
That's right, and the only good thing about it is it's 4 against 5, brother, because Jimmy Hart's not going to get to sit at the ringside with that little stick of his. He's going to put his tights on. He's going to get in there so we know where the hell he's at, and that'll be 5 against 4, brother, but we got the right 4.
All right. Hey, very good. Some exciting news. That we'll be looking for that coming up in weeks around the area here. Thank you for coming out, and good, again, to see you guys as a tag team and out here with us today. Hey, we are just about out of time. Again, Lance Russell off today. He'll be back with us next week. We hope you will be back with us next week, too, for more Championship Wrestling. We'll see you.
The announcers on this program are selected and paid by parties other than this station, namely the promoters of Championship Wrestling.